Hello, sexy souls. You are not going to believe what happened. So at least I got like a really good message. Holy moly. I'm not abandoning this one. So basically I was reading and it was all focused. It was great and it was dandy and I was trying to show you all something. So I like hit focus on a card really close like this, and then it didn't readjust after I put things down, and so like for 30 minutes it was a blur. So bear with me, we're about to get this, and I'm going to maybe consolidate 30 minutes into 15 minutes, which is fine and dandy. Now, so just get prepared, settle in, okay? I got my cacao coffee, I do things differently here. And I pulled the Divine Doors Oracle deck, and they only wanted me to pay attention to the pictures. Let me make sure, because I swear to you, if it's not focused, I'm gonna have a fit. Okay, we're gonna get to these, don't worry about it. In working through this, what I saw was, take a look at the progression that we have with these doors. First off, this particular door is shut. There's a lock up here, and it's like a moat or a river or a canal in order to get to it. It's not easy to get to. Like there was obstructions. I want to say psychic obstructions, but also like subconscious obstructions to getting to this door. So it was like you had to wade through and work through some subconscious fears and issues in order to be able to have this door get unlocked, okay? This whole time frame of what about, oh, by the way, this is here and now. The reading for today is here and now. So I'm so sorry, but we're jumping in. We're jumping in because I've got so much information and I don't want to lose it, and I want to be able to pick up right where we left off, okay? So I was getting that this is like a 4-year time frame. Even though it's the here and now, they're backing up 4 years. And I didn't realize it at first when I started saying that in the previous attempt at doing this, that it was like 4 years, but it is, take a look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it may be close to 5 years, but I want to say it's not yet at the 5-year anniversary mark. So this would be like maybe the end of 2000, like somewhere in 2019-ish. They're getting real specific with timelines, okay, with time frames. And so anyways, there is something that you got like a vision or an intuitive hit for, or you felt really called to, and you made an attempt at it, but the door to it was sealed shut. Meaning like, even if you somehow managed to get through at that time, it's like you had too much to wade through, right? You had too much to wade through to get to it. It was no guarantee. I think that it was locked. It was like there was just too much. And I think it has everything to do with subconscious fears that would come up. You were still being dictated by and controlled in a sense by your subconscious fears. And that acted as an obstruction to your intuition, to following your own inner guidance, that type of thing. I want to say I think attempts were made. I think attempts were made and they were thwarted to a certain degree. I don't, because here this is where I tried to focus before, so I'm not going to do it this time because I'm not going to mess it up. But there's like a little arrow up here. At first I thought it was a key, you know, in a keyhole, but it looks like an arrow. So it could be a key, it could be an arrow, but I want to say like the key to it was to keep going, right? And so I think that it feels like to me there was a holding on to that vision, holding on to the dream, the download, the premonition, whatever it was for yourself. Like that I'm getting like the imagination and things like that. Like there was a bit of that to it, right? And as time went on, it still felt like the doors weren't quite open to you. If you take a look at this, you can't really tell whether or not it's locked, but you can tell it's not as easy to get into. First off, the only mat, like it's funny that there's a mat in front of this door. The doors are shut. Obviously, this has to pull open. And this side of the door is blocked. So I get the feeling like there was a slim chance or slim pickings, or like there were obstacles in the way still. It was still obstructed. It may not have been completely locked to you, but it was like there was still some difficulties at trying to, that prevented you from getting to this door to begin with, or getting through it. Okay, and it still didn't feel as inviting. It almost felt like what you wanted didn't want you yet. Does that make sense? And then comes what I feel like is probably the last 2 years. Okay, we're gonna focus on the last 2 years, where it was like it suddenly started to come open to you, but it was still it's like if you had to get through this door with anything with you, like, think of the idea of a gate. Like if I see a gate open, I don't know if it means it's open for me to come through. Like, do I need to wait at the gate? Do I, if I go up to a house and a door is open, I don't automatically assume that I can just walk right through it, right? But it does seem a little bit more inviting. You're more likely to poke your head and be like, hello, is it okay? Like you're waiting to see if something on the other side wants you. And but it's still not completely all the way open. It's like there's the idea of it becoming more and more plausible, it becoming like it's warming up to you as much as you're warming up to it, whatever it is. And then here we are in the here and now, and we make it to the portal. This is like a door frame, a doorway, but at no point is there any door. It is just flung wide open as if anybody and everybody can walk right through it. It feels very portal-y. And so what I want to say is, in this phase, in the last 2 years, whatever you thought or whatever felt like was something that was meant for you, a dream, a vision, a download, a premonition, a gut instinct, right? Your intuition was telling you, it seemed more and more likely. It seemed more and more like the idea of it, you were warming up to the idea of it again. You were, it felt more inviting, like it just was more plausible. But you didn't quite make it through the door yet. So you may have been making attempts at the dream, trying to figure it out, trying to plan, but you're not quite through it yet. And if you notice, you don't see a person in any one of these cards, but you do here. So I think in the here and now, you're about to actually walk through this. It is as in alignment with you as you are with it. Meaning it is opening up to you, because whatever this is feels like you are ready for it. It's like, that's when we talk about alignment. It's almost like what you want wants you, but not always. You wasn't ready. There was a lot of subconscious movement that needed to happen. So I pulled the Fallen Angel Tarot deck, right? Or Oracle deck. We're all Oracle today, okay? And it focused a little bit like on the beginning. In the beginning, I feel like when you first attempted this, there was a lot of, first we got caution and danger. And it felt like for you to make any too big of a bold move would have been dangerous for you. You felt like you had to tiptoe. I gave the example before of like a little kid who wants a cookie and like they're not allowed. Mama said no. And so they tried to like, oh, I'm going to go to my room. And then they like go down the back hallway to the kitchen and they got to be really quiet. And they go in there and they do, because they don't want to make a big ruckus, because not only could they not get this cookie, then they might not get cookies tomorrow either, because they tried to do, this. Like you felt like you would reap negative consequences by just boldly going for something and doing it. You know what I mean? So you tried to do it very cautiously to avoid danger. We also had upheaval and, where'd you go? And conflict that came out with this, where it was like, because you felt like you were going to create some kind of brouhaha, like the wrong type of attention, or people or situations around you were not going to be amenable to it. And so you were like, if I do this too much, if I boldly go for this too much, I actually could shoot myself in the foot. So you were really concerned with the idea of creating any type of upheaval or conflict. You might have actually been saying things like, I want things to go easily, smoothly, you know, like don't let it do this though, and I don't want so-and-so to react like this. Like, let me just find a way where it happens, you know, and that may have slowed the process down. Because there, right in that whole scenario, you had the subconscious fears coming up and creating obstacles to you following your own inner guidance, right? And so the last little bit has been about, the last 4 years have really been about creating, sorry, let me get the cards correct, creating a sense of strength, right? It felt very, there was an inner turmoil that occurred, but it created resiliency within you. Because you're getting to a place now where those fears, I don't care. Let there be upheaval, let there be conflict. It's not going to take me out of what I know is right for me. Okay, so this travel through this like cultivated a level of strength and resilience and wherewithal to stick with what is right for you, okay, in order to be able to get the success. And so your vision, you've been taking you're taking a more practical approach to your vision. You have allowed it to be at the forefront of guiding your actions. And what I want to say is success will come from, we've got revolution and love. Like the last 4 years, if nothing else, I bet you can see differences in your environment, in your external environment, in your life, in like the choices that you make now as an individual. But the biggest change is going to be the internal, sorry, I'm bumping things, the internal compass you've got going on with inside of you, okay? Because this level of revolution that you've gone through literally purged so much from your subconscious and cleared a lot within your etheric spiritual body, okay? And so you're making, this revolution was one of love, self-love, absolute self-love, okay? And you're making your decisions from that. And that's how you'll get the success. It's almost as if you were afraid of what that type of success would have done before. And what I want to say is I feel like somebody was really worried about known people, places, things that would fight or have fought against your desires before in your life. So it wasn't like unfounded necessarily, but it may have been inflated and given more power than it should have. And so that's the reason why those doors weren't ready for you as much as you weren't ready for it, because it was like, like the level of strength and wisdom that you had to cultivate to be able to walk through this door. So that if someone wanted to try and create, if it's almost like, because the thing is with this portal, it feels like, and this is what I picked up on the last read, and we're gonna pull more cards, don't worry. The whatever you're following will create a level of upheaval. There was a sense of fear with it before, and it may have appeared as upheaval to you before. Now it just appears as walking through the door. Like, it's exactly what you want. You may have feared the upheaval before. It is what you desire now. Because what I also was getting with these cards, the secondary energy is this kept feeling very foreign. I said it multiple times. I was like, these two cards feel very foreign, like it's a foreign land. And I see this because this is obviously somebody's home. This is what somebody's home looks like. But from where I live, every time I see something like this, the energy of it feels like that's nothing like I know here. And I kept getting like the idea of like your location, the people, and the culture being completely different. Now, let's put this into perspective. It could be like with a job, right? Like if you get a completely different job and it's like the culture of the environment of where you're working, all of the people, the location, the place, everything can change. And I think that's what's happening for this portal is you're going to step through something. It's almost like you're being suctioned up and placed somewhere else. You're going to step through this and it's like a whole new world, you know, that kind of thing, right? It's something different. And so you had to be ready and willing and not see danger necessarily and not react to that perceived danger of the upheaval, okay? Because it feels like right now, like what happened is like who you are internally is completely different. There is an internal revolution. And at the forefront of this is you choosing you and what you want to do. And there's something very specific about this time frame. And I feel like this is a progression. This is showing us how things felt and went over the last 4 years for you, okay? So you've got the strength and wisdom to step through this door now and not care what ripples you create because of that. You just don't care. Okay. And so now we're going to pick up where I left off and move into, I know that there's a couple more. I'm knocking things over, guys. I just saw on the split, let your intentions be known, and I think that's it. It's like what you've been wanting and desiring may present, an opportunity may present itself to do that, and then it's time to bring it to, like before you were tiptoeing around as if you didn't want people to see or know, and maybe then that was, and I'm not questioning whether that was legitimate or not, you know what I'm saying, but it's like you may have actually had things going on in your environment where you had to be very quiet. But I want to say that you were so scared to be bold about what you wanted because the upheaval and the conflict. The time is coming where you're going to make your intentions known. It's like you're going to speak it out loud and let people react however they want to. Your surroundings will undergo a transition. I picked up on that. Like there's like a travel. Ooh! What? Oh Lord. Okay. Let's take a turn. With this transition that's about to happen, because you're about to walk through something portally. This is the here and now. We're getting into the here and now part now. Okay, this is the here and now. Okay. I knocked the card over. Remember I said I'm knocking shit over. And wouldn't you believe it's the shaman's death and rebirth? You're literally about to walk through something. Like it is completely, utterly open to you. And yes, I think it's going to create an upheaval because you're going to be leaving things behind. And I think this is going to be very tangible. Like evidence that you've walked away from something. And then a whole complete new, look at this. Okay, strength and wisdom. You have the strength and wisdom to walk through the portal now, to walk through this door of opportunity, to walk through this door, period, point blank. It's going to cause a lot of change. And I think it's going to be very evident in your material world. Material meaning your tangible world, your life. You're going to be able to see it. There's going to be evidence of it. Okay? And from stepping through that, from this transition, from your environment transitioning, a change in your environment. Again, I feel this is all encompassing. This is people, actual places, and like the culture. I want to say like the characteristics, the personalities, the energy, just the fucking energy of it, all going to be changed and different. And it literally says good fortune and friendship. So you are bringing new people in. Like, you're making new contacts and everything else like that. And it's like, there's going to be a lot of fortune. Here's the unicorn. Like, this is the dream that was airy-fairy before, and it's no longer airy-fairy anymore, okay? It's actually going, like, these very tangible environmental changes. It's almost like you're going into something that's very foreign to you, right? So you get a lot of good fortune and friendship, and from there, a new relationship blossoms. And I am telling you right now, this could be like a friendship type of relationship. Y'all, some of y'all, by getting into, like, you're gonna make a connection that's going to be like massively impactful on your life. And it's funny. Look at this, same shape. No obstruction now, though. But I actually feel like there's a lot of y'all are gonna get into a new relationship. Like, the change of everything, like the change in your fortune and the change in your environment, ushers this in. Okay, let's take a look. Anything? We're gonna do. I'm not going to pull a single tarot today. This is the Moon Magic. So the here and now. Let's give us the goods on the here and now. Because I feel like this is talking about the here and now. This is talking about what led up to the here and now, and this is the here and now. Like, what's happening. Once in a blue moon. Oh my gosh, once in a blue moon. This doesn't happen all that frequently. Okay, we've got several that came out. Let's take a look at this. We've got the blue moon, black cat. I always think of Bast with black cat and protection. The owl and the black moon. This feels good. I don't know about you all, but it does to me. All right, I'm always going to check with the book because, again, I'm still learning this. And so, you know, I like to always look at the intentions of the creator, especially when it's an oracle deck, obviously. I've got the tarot down like it's not even funny. Oof, blue moon, manifestation power and auspicious opportunities. This is the magical moon of manifestation. When there's 2 full moons in any one calendar month, the second is called the blue moon. It usually only occurs every couple of years, hence the saying, once in a blue moon. Told you. It's rare. And because it's rare, it's considered auspicious. And this showing up is literally about seeking out the possibilities in your life and dreaming big. Like that dream that's been stuck with you, that somehow you managed to keep with you despite it being blocked, is asking you to dream big. And it's telling you something really rare is about to happen. So expect the unexpected and grab every opportunity. Like, the thing that you think can't happen will happen. And because it's so rare, if you miss it, there it goes. So here and now, it feels like a very present moment. You're literally about to get some type of opportunity, and you need to not poo-poo on this, and you need to take it. Step outside of your comfort zone okay, into the magical possibilities. Believe, oh, it literally says that, believe in the pipe dream, because it's possible and you need to go for it. Hello. Okay. Okay. It's right now. It's here and now. Oh, yes. Self-love. Now's the time, like, this is literally about, he prowls the night without fear, confident in his ability to defend himself, to feed himself, to attract a mate, or to see off a competitor. He goes his own way in his own time, regardless of what others think of him. You don't care about the conflict or the upheaval you may cause, because you know what? You're making decisions for you. Period, point blank. It's all about self-love now. Like, you've got the strength to do this, to actually say yes, to choose you. Do what's best for you. I don't care what other people say. Night owl. This is the bird of knowledge. We've literally said earlier that you've garnered a lot of strength and wisdom from this whole frickin' process. He's here to remind you that your emotional intelligence is your greatest ally in times of stress. Be very self-aware and resilient. I use that word. Oh, now's the time to be resilient. Follow through. His silent flight path will guide you to the answers you seek. So do not be afraid to follow where your inner wisdom leads. He indicates the dawning of a new light with a new understanding. You garnered the strength and the wisdom on how to maneuver this. So don't worry. And I feel like that has mostly to do with, like, not allowing any of those fears to dictate. Like, to just fucking go for it. Like, if anything, the fact that it took so long to get for this door to open up to you is, like, I'm not going to waste it. I'm not wasting it. We got the Black Moon. Opportunity, chance, and progress. When two new moons fall within the same calendar year, can you see this? The rarity of these two things. I don't think they're like, listen, what's about to happen doesn't just happen to anybody. It is that airy-fairy way we imagine something and I'm like, oh, it could never happen like that. It is. It is. When you ask for a miracle, this is going to show up as a miracle because the rarity of it, like what are the chances is what I want to say. It's indicative of a time of rare moments. They start with rare moments, they're ending with rare moments, they're saying, please be aware. This is the second chances. We had a reading about that. We've talked about this. Something's coming back around, and this is your second chance. Another shot is something that means a lot to you. It's the card of second chances, double takes, lucky breaks, and the return of an opportunity you thought was lost. Now is the time for you to make a good impression or to make a fresh start because everything's in your favor. The power is magnified. Look out for chance encounters and unexpected openings. I feel like I need to reiterate that because that's an indication of what's about to come in the here and now. That one fucking sentence. For you all, if you're wondering exactly what this is, it's going to be an opening that suddenly shows up that you're like, how did that suddenly just come open? And you get slotted in for, okay? Unexpected openings or chance encounters. Meeting someone. It means that a life-changing golden opportunity is coming your way. Be sure to reach out and take it. Don't let fear, I shit you not. Let me just put... Don't let fear stand in your way. The universal energies are on your side, and that positive things will come to you if you are brave enough to take the leap of faith. You weren't before. You really weren't. Some things needed to be cleansed out. You can do it this time. You can do it. Literally, it says, woo! If this card falls in the same spread as the new full or blue moon, heifers, which it is a sign that new doors will open for you soon. Soon. I cannot. With this, I cannot. Anything else? We're going to use Kipper Lenormand, and then we're going to close it out. Here and now. It's here and now. It's here and now. This is Amazeballs. Just saying. Here and now. I'm taking this as you can expect an opportunity. First off, again, mature man is also about wisdom, right? I'm sorry, I get in the way sometimes. I'm sorry, I put my big fat head and face in the way. I apologize. But the other thing is expansion, worldly knowledge. It is worldly energy because of the globe. This is an individual, an energy that spreads far and wide. Is wisdom because he's encountered different cultures, different places, different things. And then I get right here with judication, it's like, this is like an answer to something, or a solution to something, or a decision on something. You can expect this. Yeah, change. This particular card isn't just about change. They always talk about how it's actually like full on moving, like utter total change, okay? Because take a look at it. This is like a car. It's all packed up. It has a chair, it has luggage, it has all kinds of stuff. They're moving. When I tell you somebody's about to be in a completely different environment they've ever been in before, all right? With new people, new places, new culture. They're not letting me drop that culture. Like, and culture could just be like, culture goes far and wide or really close. Like, there's certain, like we have big cities near us, and like in different parts of the town and different parts of the city, it has its own little culture, right? And so way of living and being all based on everything that's hodgepodge there. Other people bringing their various cultures together and then creating something in and of itself. That happens, you know. So this could be just like a different neighborhood, a different area that you're living, a different business, a different street, a different country. It could be a different job. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like you could get pulled into the fold of people in a different niche than you, and it's like the culture of that career is just different, right? And it takes you different places, far and wide. And so that feels very huge. And they're telling you to go ahead and start planning for this. Like, this change is going to require you to think ahead and plan your moves. Start thinking about if your dream that you wanted to attempt before happened right now, or you had an in, what all would you have to change in your life because of that? And get your life prepared based on that. What the fuck? Seriously? Maybe the immensity and the amount of change that's going to come from this is a bit scary. But you have the capacity now. Because if this opportunity is actually opening up to you this time, it means whatever it is looking at you going, you're ready. You're a match. Let's go. It is opening up to you as much as you are opening up to it. Okay? And then let's pull from the Lenormand just to see. And this is some pretty good shit. I'm just going to say. It's all Oracle. But this is like amazing. Amazing, guys. Amazing. And it's here and now. So you need it. Like, I mean, out of the blue moon, out of the blue, it shows up and you're going to be like, what? Like, it's about to happen. It's probably happening on a faster time frame than you could fathom. There, I want to say for some people, there may be individuals. We're going to go two different directions. We have people that you may love that will have something to say. And it's not always going to be pleasant or nice. They're going to talk about you behind your back, or they're going to say some stuff. They may not even say it to your face, or they may, because we got between the snake energy, which usually I find the snake actually to be really good, because I think of Kundalini and shedding skin and transformation. But we've got the mice here, so that tells me like mice are busybodies. You know what I mean? They can't really do much damage, like real damage, but boy are they not. They're fucking annoying, okay? I don't know if you've had one get into your cupboard. They leave little droplets everywhere. They nibble on shit, but don't ever actually eat anything. They just destroy shit, and you're like, what is your problem? Like, literally. Like, go somewhere else. And so this is like, you know, they scurry around and they're a pack. So it's, I get the sense of like gossip, people having something to say. So it may be people that should love you, that you think should love you, and they're gonna have something to say, and you're just going to have to fucking go for it, okay? I get the energy of, for some of you, there's definitely a masculine that will have something to say, but you have to choose you and what your heart wants. That was the whole point of the last 4 years, was to get you prepared and equally ready to take this. Okay, like whatever upheaval or conflict this creates, you have it within you to face it head on, because you deserve to go after what you truly want. It wouldn't open up to you right now if you weren't ready for it. You're going to find you're going to find people you can trust. We've got, wherever you're going or whatever you're doing, you will find loyal, trustworthy, integral, thank you, individuals. Because we've got this is like your network, the people you surround yourself with, where you're at. I want to say whatever environment you're at probably has a load of people you can't trust, or just a load of people that even if this is like you like, I ain't got no friends, but like where you're located, wherever you live, like it's just unsavory individuals who would take any chance to screw you over. You know, that kind of thing. It's not very supportive. Even if they don't do anything, like no one's there to support you. No one's there to help you. Who or whatever you leave behind, you're coming into something that fills those gaps and then some. Okay? Because really, those individuals weren't there for you to begin with. We're just gonna say, where you were wasn't supportive to begin with. You're about to find that though. There's just a lot of abundance, and they want me to bring it to, like, it's absolutely going to impact your social status, your finances, but like the types of fish that are on here are so varying. It's like, it's abundance in many and varied forms. Abundance of freedom, abundance of time, abundance of joy, an abundance of new experiences, abundant, you know, like it's going to bring in so much for you. So it's like that, it is so worth it. So worth it. Anything else, Spirit? I'm almost going to drop the whole deck. I don't want to beat this to death, but okay. There's that. Yeah, so you're moving. There's forward movement here, and I want to say, hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, you're moving into new territory. A vast majority of you are going to be moving somewhere. Your environment, where you call home, where you're located, is changing. For others, it is like day and night. You're leaving a job and you're going somewhere else. And it's because the stork is new beginnings, but it's also about taking flight. It's about going there, getting there. And then the anchor card usually is wherever you've been stuck, but the anchor card is also about pulling up your anchor and going to new shores. So there's a lot of cards that talk about movement. And so you're going to be in a completely different environment. And when I say it's such a unique opportunity and it's so rare, it's like it's the kind of thing like I was talking about in the other reading. It was for something else. It wasn't here and now. But I feel like they're saying it's here now. Like this feels like this week type of energy, or like it's right here. From when you watch this, they're saying like we mean business when it's coming, it's happening, and you need to be open to it. Like, and if you miss it, if you don't do this because you let fear, I feel like here's the thing. This is what it feels like to me. You're going to feel something, but you're still going to do it. I just feel it. I just feel that you're going, it may be so anxiety inducing as you start, but you're not going to let it stop. Like you won't stop. Like whoever this is, I feel that energy. I feel it. You're going to do it. But yes, it will be anxiety inducing. Congratulations. It absolutely took a lot. It is very rare. And if you do happen to miss this, this is the kind of thing that won't come around for quite some time. Just like the blue moon, once every 2 years. And I even said that in the other reading. Oh, it was I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. I'm going to link it down below. Where I said, there's a second chance, a second win. Something's coming back around a second time. You better not miss it. You better not miss it. And we talked about fear then. It's funny how this is saying it's literally about to happen. Like it's happening. Okay. All right. I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic day. When this does happen, please come back and put it in the comments. I'd love to hear some information about it. Amazing. Flat out amazing. Very proud of you.